Ooh, been a while since anybody been navigated here, Tom. We got a lot to talk about today. One thing on everybody's mind is this Kayvon Thibodeaux hit, whether it was dirty or not. And the question I want to ask you, can you spell Thibodeaux?
Yes. T-H-I-N-G-O and bingo was his name-o.
Ooh, pretty close, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Is it
Boudeaux?
I'll tell you after.
Right after this intro. Oh, baby. We are back. It's been, honestly, the longest ever that GPS was on a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, since we started last season.
Yeah.
Around this time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's Monday. You're going to get navigated. I know some of you have just been driving in circles for the past week and a half. Some of you afraid to leave the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
But never fear, because the Grossi Perna Show is here.
Ooh.
Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, or as the kids call it on the street, GPS.
Where'd I get my GPS? Come on, man. I need some GPS.
I need some GPS, man. Just a little bit, just to hold me over.
Want to snort a line of GPS.
Oh, man. Well, that's actually, it's funny you bring that up, because that brings us to our sponsor today, GPS Drugs. What's in it? Don't know, but it'll get you there.
Yeah.
It will get you there. Where? Don't know. Again.
Once you have it, you can't live without it.
It's true.
What was your answer? How'd you spell Thibodeaux?
Isn't it like T-I-B-O-U-D-E-A-U-X?
Close. T-H-I-B-O-D-E-A-U-X. It is a name I'm going to have to spell probably 100 times before I know how to spell it.
I was close.
Yeah.
Okay. I went back to my spelling bee days. I never won a spelling bee, so.
No.
And that's why.
It is one of my great weaknesses, spelling.
Spelling? Yeah.
Translates to talking. So I picked a good career.
But Perna, how you been, buddy?
Oh, good, man. Getting ready for this football season. Didn't do anything as interesting as you. I know you were at Packers camp all week, so
oh yeah.
I want the deets. I want to know the dirty deets.
Buddy, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I don't want to brag or anything. But Tom Grossi got a tan. This is tan Tom Grossi. And you know how you could tell? Because the first day I was standing out there in training camp on the sideline for about 3 hours in the blistering heat. I don't know if you could pick it up. Do you see the difference between
I see the line. Yeah.
Literally, I look like a mannequin head. It's like if you just removed it, it'd be like, oh, here you go. This is about as tan as I get before I burn. So it was really cool. It was I got to do things that I hadn't done before. Well, I'm marrying Perna. That's easy.
Oh, I said the same thing.
Let's go. Like we're basically already married. I mean, Jess is reading Carmi, my two dads. So, like we're basically already there. Oh boy. Oh, who am I gonna? Oof. Oh, hey, Will.
I chose Killing Tree.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if Tree's dead, I feel this nice void of weekly football recaps.
You know what? Just for that, I'll kill 5. Just so then we got dumpster fire opportunities, because guess who's looking for a new co-host?
Oh.
You know what I mean? And it gets advertised on Tree's channel, which is bigger. that we did this business wise. But yeah, no,
actually, and if like you and I are married, I am no longer working. You're the breadwinner, so I'm
gonna bring home the cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I'm the breadwinner, that bread's vegan.
Dude, I'm gonna be even worse than vegan very soon.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a random guy. Got this. Oh,
my tummy's been acting up.
You going gluten free?
No, I got to go gluten-free. I got to go dairy-free. I got to go soy-free. I got to go nut-free. I got to go fish-free.
Is that what's been wrong with your tum-tum?
Well, I have this thing called eosinophilic esophagitis, which is...
Can you spell that?
No, not a fucking chance. It starts with an E and ends with I hate my life.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I got to go back to like the gut doctor, and they probably got to do like another look in the old stomach to tell me what's going on.
Ooh, which way they going?
Yeah, hopefully top heavy.
It's gonna be like a spit roast kind of thing where it's just like two cameras at the same time, or
yeah. I mean, if they do go from the bottom, they'll be able to just get like some binoculars and probably a strong light and see all the way where they need to.
Do you think that maybe there's a little speaker on the camera and just Drake is always playing like started from the bottom, now we're here?
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
That's it. And it's a party in your stomach.
As we take a look through your rear.
I mean, it sounds like there's no one that's invited to the party that's in your stomach, because it doesn't seem like it could take a lot.
Just meat and vegetables, which I'm okay with. But like,
yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's like an allergic reaction, and I've got to figure out one if it's an ulcer now, or if it's just the allergic reaction going to another level. If it is, then I got to eliminate all of those things to figure out what it is, and then you introduce one back into your diet and see if that wrecks your body. So that's why we choose HelloFresh.
Because you could get these fine meals delivered, right? You're just like, man, I am just crapping like every minute of every. And that brings us to HelloFresh. By the way, HelloFresh is not a sponsor right now. So, all right. Yeah, but no, camp was fun. So I was able to get on the sideline for those 2 days, and it was joint practice, which was equally cool.
Everybody gets high before the practice starts.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we just sit around in a big old circle. So that was cool. But yeah, Hollow. Yeah, I don't know. Tom Brady, I'm surprised he's back in the building today, but I'm surprised he came back. Well,
yeah, we got some deets on that.
Talking about Masked Singer. But the other thing is that at one point, I'm standing on the sideline during I think it's the second day, and this young adult, Cyber Fiber, young adult, looks like a little older than a teen, is standing on the sideline, and he turns around, like he's like on the field, and he turns around and he looks at me, and he goes, "Tom Grossi?" And I was like, when somebody does that, I just go, "Tom Grossi." Like I just repeat it right back to them. And he comes on over. Turns out it was Dennis Allen's kid, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. He's like, "Dude, I love your stuff."
Whoa!
So got that. I was like, okay. So Dennis Allen, I got you. And then when I was on the sideline in the pregame for the Packers, Matt LaFleur's kids came up to me and asked for a picture. So we got that. So I got the ins with both the fams right now. So I imagine I'm going to be invited to Thanksgiving. And they're going to regret it immediately. They're like, "Oh, Tom, here's some turkey and everything else." I'm going to be like, "I can't eat any of this, but I will mow your lawn with my mouth."
That's a nice flex.
Yeah.
I saw a moose. So whatever.
Did the moose recognize you?
Yep.
Oh, I probably just recognized 5.
"Oh, you're the guy who knows Tom Grossi?" I said, "Fuck you, moose." And then I shot and killed it, and I didn't eat it. I just let it rot in the woods. Actually, it was a mom moose with her baby. First time I've ever seen a moose in the mountains of Colorado, and I've been in there a lot.
I love it. But yeah, no, it was a cool trip.
That's very cool. Yeah, Dennis Allen, he was great defensive coordinator for the Broncos before he went to the Raiders. So got a soft spot in my heart for old DA, as I called him.
It It was fun. Met Goody, which was also fun. Because he was the one guy like I hadn't met before because I did like LaFleur and obviously Mark Murphy, and I never met Goody before. So I met.
Oh yeah, I saw your
Josh.
photo with him. I was
Yeah.
like, I think that's Goody.
Yeah, that's Goody. That's Goody. Yeah, so that was cool. AJ Dillon and I, ever since we went out for, like we met out at dinner for like in April, like now I just bust his chops like every single time I see him. So
Wait,
like
you had
I'm on
dinner with AJ Dillon?
Yeah.
How did we have
That was
not
back in
discussed
April.
that.
Yeah, I went to a dinner and he was there and like we just like shot the shit all night. It was great.
Oh, so you didn't go to dinner with him? You went
Oh,
to
like
dinner.
no, I went to a dinner and like it was all the same dinner though, because it was like family style at a restaurant, and so like we just like talked the entire evening.
That's still cool, but I was like, oh, you guys went to Chipotle together and just got the.
I was like, I'll get the sofritas, and he's like, I will get everything because I need to build up the quads. Yeah, no, it was really cool. So like I saw him the first day on the sideline for training camp, and my voice is very distinct. Obviously, it just cuts through the void. And I was just like, hey, AJ, you have a great practice, buddy. And he literally is just like, yeah, you wearing what, 200 SPF sunscreen? And so I corrected him that it was 250. And then I saw him on the sideline again when I was during the pregame. We got dabs. Like he had a big G, like all diamond, all blinged out. It was nice. So it was great. It was great.
Stand for Grossi?
And then front row. And then I sat front row in Lambeau because I was like, when am I going to have another opportunity to do this?
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's do it. And it was pretty awesome.
How'd old Jordan Love look?
Dude, Jordan Love looked great. He like struggled a little bit in camp during the joint practice, like day 1, but day 2, he crushed it in the red zone. And then honestly, he looked great. A lot of receivers dropped a lot of balls, but like he looked pretty darn good. So like you definitely saw the flashes of like, oh, well, this is why they drafted him. So, but yeah, it was a good time, dude. But Jordan Love, I think there's a little bit of excitement from Packers fans, not blowing, it out of proportion or anything, but I mean, there's some throws that he made. It was like, damn, that looked pretty damn good.
I think it's a good sign when a player improves, and it's not like he's had a ton of work on the field to improve. So trending in the right direction.
This is his second preseason because the first one, there was no preseason. So, and he was injured for some of last year too. So the guy like hasn't even played like the full preseason. And now like this is his second start. I'm excited to see him against the Chiefs this week. I already started against the Chiefs. So just saying.
Cool.
Pretty good. Pretty good, bro.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, the Saints defense, like the first string defense in camp, was scary because you had basically like the Saints number ones versus the Packers number ones, like on offense. And then on the other side, it was like the Packers defense versus the number one offense. And the defense that first day just like shut everything down, both for the Packers and the Saints. But the Saints, yeah, because I was right in front of them, they looked real good. They looked real good.
Yeah. I mean, the Broncos versus Bills preseason game was not fun to watch as a Broncos fan, but
yeah, that didn't. But they started Allen.
Yeah, he played a series. They had their ones in there for a couple series, and the Broncos, they didn't play like any starter, so it's like really hard to get any sort of read. But
that lingo fast.
When your 2s and 3s got to play against the 1s and it's a good team like the Bills, it's not going to go well. And then by the time the Bills rotate in their depth players, your depth players are tired, and then you're putting in even deeper depth players. So there's a big, kind of like an overreaction by Broncos fans. But
sure.
Yeah, Josh Allen played and he looked great right away. It's like, okay, yeah, he needs one series. He's good to go.
He's good.
Mahomes played, but Russell Wilson, no reps. Interesting. So
Broncos
like
country.
Allen and Mahomes are going to play a little. Like, why not do a series with Russell Wilson?
Well, it's funny too because Rodgers talked about this, and there was like the possibility of him playing in the third game. So like this last game coming up this week, and LaFleur was like, "Well, I don't ever want to start a player who doesn't want to play in that game, like that kind of game." So,
right.
Meh. So we don't even know. Like maybe we'll see him for a series, but like it doesn't really matter.
No,
I mean,
but Rodgers doesn't need it. Like,
no,
he's same system, same coach, back-to-back MVP. Like, he doesn't need to do it.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
You can argue like Broncos and Russell Wilson would benefit from a series or two just to get ready.
Yeah.
But then it's like you're debating whether or not you do that now, or it's just like week one is you figuring all that stuff out.
I mean, again, Rodgers was said this week. Was it this week or last week? He was saying that like the practice reps are more important for me anyway, than the actual preseason game, because that's when you get to critique, as he did, like the wide receivers, which everyone blew up about, and I was like, really, it's not a big deal. And Randall Cobb corroborated that and was like, yeah, no, you guys got to adapt to us because you're brand new, you have to work into the scheme and adapt to the players that are here, etc.
Randall Cobb's like, I am lucky to be here at age 63. You will do things my way.
I'm this close from Social Security. I love Randall Cobb so much.
I retired and didn't retire, just like Tom Brady this offseason.
Yeah, he went to the Texans, which is kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's take it. Yeah. Speaking of Tom Brady back in the building for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as he took a little bit of a hiatus. Perna, did you cover this at all, in a video? Or of course you did. Because people were asking me, and I'm like, who cares? He just he told the coach that he wasn't going to be there. But then I saw the amazing Reddit thread that it was a prediction that he was actually a contestant on The Masked Singer, and that's why he was leaving for a little bit. And I pray that is true, Perna. I pray.
That could be a possibility. But my point was The Masked Singer, that's a day of his time to go film that session, right? Maybe 2 days. You got a rehearsal day, and then you got to be there for the record day.
Do they move? Is it I have to be honest. I never watched The Masked Singer because
I don't think you move on.
I don't have much dignity, but I want to keep at least that. At least I can die saying I've never seen The Masked Singer before. Yeah. I want that on my tombstone. So
that was the rumor. A lot of people ran with it. He returned today, and then it was reported that because it was time for a family matter.
Yeah.
And by family matter, Tom Brady was in the Bahamas at an exclusive resort, primarily for family time with his wife.
Did he go to Atlantis? It's really
Probably,
nice.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's exclusive. I think anybody can go there. So Tom Brady got time to go to the Bahamas.
That's
what we learned.
So we all got in a tizzy about a vacation that he took with his family.
Yeah. Now, I mean, look.
Because Giselle was like, listen, you retired for 40 days and then left, so we should do a vacation.
Why didn't they go to the Bahamas during that 40 days off? That's my real question.
Because Tom's like, yeah, listen, on the 41st day, we're going to go on vacation. Then he's like, I can't do this.
Yeah. I mean, then the Bahamas so close to Tampa. So,
it's a hop,
he could have probably flown in and out of the Bahamas every day for practice. Philip Rivers
going down the water
from
slide.
San Diego to Los Angeles for a year. So, and that's it's a 3-hour drive, or if you hit traffic, man.
Okay, that's all right. So Tom Brady is back.
It is the least interesting reason why he was gone. I predicted rectal surgery or penis enlargement surgery. So I guess I was wrong. Do
you think he's just doing it to sell more swimsuits? Is that what the reason was?
Oh, I swear to God, if it were swimsuit shoots for, you know what sucks, Tom? So I'm getting ready to eliminate all this crap from my diet, right? And I was trying to find essentially a protein replacement,
sure,
for because I realized my protein has peanut stuff in it and whey. It's from a milk thing. I'm like, gotta get rid of it.
Yep.
First thing that shows up, TB12 vegan protein. I was like, no. Never.
You're like, I'd rather die. I will wilt away. Bro, you're going to have an 8-pack next week. I mean, part of it might be from starvation, but again, you'll just be in amazing shape, even more than you already are, and crush it. That's it.
I'm going to be so fit. Yeah, we'll get to the players we like from this preseason.
I want to talk about that Tom Brady because that wasn't the only thing he was involved with, because one Dana White, as it came out on Saturday, talking about how Gronk and Brady, they were going to come to Vegas to play for the Raiders. And Gruden, of all people, kind of put the kibosh on it, which then led to, was Tom Brady, because he had mentioned he was on the shop, right? Like he mentioned like there was a QB that a team was like sticking with, and you're like, really? You're sticking with that guy? So now it seems like that QB was Carr.
Yeah. He called that guy a mother effer.
He did.
He said, you're sticking with that mother effer.
And it would have made sense if he was talking about Zach Wilson at that point, given now what we know. But yeah, to call Carr that. Ding. Ding. Yeah, so how do you feel about that, Perna? Can you imagine if Tom Brady went to the Raiders, bud? Like the Raiders?
Yeah, I would have liked it, actually. Because he wouldn't have won a Super Bowl with the Raiders defense. Not a chance on earth.
Maybe everyone comes over and they're just like, hey.
Yeah. Two reasons I would have liked Brady on the Raiders. The one, I just said, their defense was horrible. Gruden was not going to, wasn't going to fix that. Two, Hunter Renfrow would have won league MVP in back-to-back years.
That's accurate, yeah.
He was good with Derek Carr. Imagine Tom Brady throwing him the ball. He would have been
just like
targeted
Edelman
200 times. What's that?
Dude, he would like it just like Edelman out there. He would have like made him grow like a full beard and everything like that. He would have just called him Julian. He's like, my name's Hunter. He's like, no, not anymore. It's not.
You're Wes Edelman.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that it would have been hysterical because then Gruden still would have gotten fired, right? Yes. And then Tom Brady would have just been the head coach too. Like, because that's how it would have went down. They're just like, you know what? We don't know what we're doing. Here you go.
Yeah.
He's head coach, QB, and whatever else he could possibly be. So.
Oh, this is a good point because then Antonio Brown also does not get a Super Bowl ring because there's no way the Raiders are bringing AB.
Can you imagine they bring back? Oh my God, they bring back AB.
Not happening. So there's three good things there. Brady doesn't win another Super Bowl. Antonio Brown doesn't get another Super Bowl, and Hunter Renfrow has a 3,000-yard receiving season. Damn it. Now, like Dana White said, Tom Brady was looking for a house in Las Vegas. Like that's how is Dana White like putting, because he's like, I had the deal ready to go. Like, you're not an NFL agent. How does that make sense?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is gonna be in Fortnite. I saw that.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I know how much you play that, but yeah, no, I don't know where Dana White comes into that at all. Like, is Dana White like secretly a part-time owner of the Raiders, and he's just like, I'm making it happen behind the scenes, or because we do so many UFC events in Vegas, like he's like, oh, Gronk just loves them. So I was like, hey, if you want to see more, you just come and play for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's like, is Mark Davis that detached where he's like, hey Dana, what should I do, man? how do I run my football team? Guy who runs fighting league.
It's just a weird story, dude. Like, it's a weird story. I want to talk about it because I know it's been a while. It's a little bit of an older thing. Can we talk about Deshaun Watson for a hot second?
Who?
Hot second. Deshaun Watson for a hot second.
I don't know who that is until week 12.
So I was away when they gave down the final suspension.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to. What a joke. Like the fact that he's coming back against the Texans and it's the Cowboys Colts for that Sunday night. And they're like, oh yeah, that's prime for flexing it right out. Joe, appreciate you, buddy. Hope that gets better.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, no school
in a flood.
Yeah, I mean, always say. Unless it's a water class.
Ooh, yeah, swim class. That's a good class.
Swim class. Then that works out.
Oh, you must be in Texas. All that flooding. I'm guessing. Okay, sorry. You're in the middle of...
No, it's all good. Derek.
What's the question?
I guess who's better?
Yeah, Derek. It's Derek. I mean,
Derek. Oh, Derek. No, but what I was saying, I was like, one, it's a big old joke. But I think you retweeted it. You saw the signs that were on
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Because Deshaun Watson, like, you know, again, it just shows like Twitter's not a real place because the amount of people that were lining up for autographs, like Deshaun Watson, like when it was first announced and all that great stuff. But now, oh, yeah. And then do you see the guy also selling shirts too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside, I was just like, oof.
At least that guy's trying to make money.
This guy's just advertising that he's a terrible father and person.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, because I don't even want to give this guy attention, but on Twitter, it's like a dad with his kid holding a sign that says F them hoes, free Watson. He's holding one part of the sign. He's having what we're assuming is his son hold the other part of the sign. And that guy deleted his Twitter account already for obvious reasons. But yeah, as a dad, it is horrifying. Like, as a dad of a daughter, and you see another dad with his son with that kind of message and that kind of attitude towards somebody who the NFL says we believe committed sexual assault is just nauseating. It's disturbing on so many levels.
It's not great.
I know, like, people want to run and say, like, oh, that's just Browns fans for you. That's every fan base. If Deshaun Watson was on any team, there would probably be some idiot there with a similar sort of thing.
Sure.
Every fan base has a handful of fans that show up every week, and they're just horrible people.
Yeah, 100%.
There was a fight at the Steelers
Jaguars game, right?
Jaguars game. Like, you see it every week. People get drunk, and then the worst parts of them come out. So it's crazy. But yeah, the 11-game suspension, we were like, oh, that's odd. And then I saw somebody tweet, it's the first time the NFL has ever given out a suspension that's exactly 11 games.
I wonder why, though. It's just, just unprecedented.
Yeah, just like, why would we have him come back for the Texans game? So, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Watson started his therapy today, or league mandated. What do they didn't call it therapy. They called it counseling. So if that doesn't go according to plan, the NFL could extend his suspension or, not reinstate him.
Doubt it. But dude, I think it was just the responses that came afterwards from the Browns organization that like really was like, yeah, this is not like, this is just bad. And like, was it the owner who turned around and was just like, you got to remember, he's only 26 and he's a really good QB. And I'm just like,
well, and that's like, we all know. He just said what we all know.
I literally wrote on Twitter. I was just like, and there it is. Like, and that we all know. We were just like, this is why it is, because when you're that good,
it's if you're really good at football, you're gonna get some exceptions. Yeah. And like, it's still surprising to me because I tweeted something like, because he referenced giving Kareem Hunt a second chance, and that worked out. And Kareem Hunt's situation was different.
It was very different.
There was video of it, and it was bad, but it seemed like a confrontation between a man and a woman that went wrong, and Kareem Hunt made like a momentarily bad decision. And like, I think
it wasn't like the Ray Rice video.
No,
like, I'm not condoning any of it, but like it's apples to oranges.
Very different.
Yeah.
And I think Kareem Hunt deserved a second chance. But like, so I was like, and Baker Mayfield, after playing hurt all season, didn't deserve a second chance. And still the amount of people who just want to shit on Baker Mayfield is surprising.
Oh, it's at an all-time high. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. And like, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield's better than Deshaun Watson. I'm not even saying Baker Mayfield's great. I'm saying he had 2 good seasons, 1 bad season, and 1 season where he played hurt all year. And the Browns were like, no, we'll go with this other guy who's got all this other stuff going on because he is better at a position we really need a guy to be great at.
Again, I think the best outcome is that Jacoby Brissett just balls out, and just crushes it. Watson comes back and they start losing games, and the Browns have to make a decision onto who to start to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Dobbs looked pretty good.
He did, yeah. I saw that play.
That's a guy I root for. But yeah,
Dude,
Jacoby Brissett's leading the league in like passing yards and touchdowns.
He's having an MVP season.
Yeah, 35 touchdowns to 1 interception, something crazy.
Dude, Turpin, oh my God. Like USFL represent, like crushing it. Yeah, I think he's going to make the team.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be here. If only it is just to be a returner.
Yeah. It's turpentine time. Turpentine. Hey, guys. It's turpentine day here at Jerry World. Everybody gets a free can of turpentine. Dump it out anytime Cavante scores a touchdown.
Sure. Speaking of players, let's talk about Kayvon for Thibodeaux.
Yeah.
In which
how much? Here's what's funny. We're doing a segment. Which players are shining this preseason? Who's the good? And I guarantee Tom and I have not watched a lot of preseason football. Going to be transparent about that.
All the Packers, yeah. I've seen highlights.
Packers, I watch Broncos. I see highlights. So forgive us if we miss some of the under the radar guys. I'm prefacing this with I did not do a lot of research here, but we're going to wing it. We're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, Thibodeaux, I mean, that's kind of tearing football Twitter apart right now. Like between it's a dirty play, it's not a dirty play.
Oh, yeah.
That's got, and again, the most important thing is he's going to be okay because he was carted off, but then you saw him like walking around at the end of the game, like afterwards, and he was like, "I'm okay," and they're doing more tests today, but it seems that he avoided serious injury. Perna, I wanted to get your take on kind of the block, if you will, because some people are saying like he launched himself into his leg. Some were saying he just braced himself because he knew he was going to get hit.
It's not an illegal block. Let's put it that way. It's not an illegal block.
Okay.
I would say it's bad form. Maybe by both players, really. It looks horrible when you watch it. It looks like a dirty play. But by the rule, you can do that because Thibodeaux's not engaged with another blocker, so it's not a chop block, and he's not being hit from the side or behind low, so it's not a peel back block. Two guys facing each other, they both know the hit's coming. Thibodeaux like pulls back, and that's it was Thaddeus Moss, right? It was Randy Moss's kid. So just be happy that a Moss is blocking because you never saw Randy do it. Yeah! There we go.
That's the show. Wrap it up.
It's I think it looks dirty when you hit any player in the knee area.
Yes. It looks bad.
And I thought it was like I've watched so much football. I feel like I know the rules. I looked at him like, oh, that probably should have been a flag. And then went down the rabbit hole, really trying to find if it was dirty because all the former like linemen and players like, no, that's normal. And the Broncos won 2 Super Bowls on chop blocks because it used to be legal. Like chop blocking used to be legal, and it's why the Broncos offensive line running that zone was so good because they just chop blocked the hell out of opposing defenders. So unfortunate, but it just looks dirty is my final take. Tom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks a lot. I'm just happy he's okay. But yeah, no, it looked bad.
Yeah.
And it might just be like, hey, the guy didn't know how to tackle like properly. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like it was just, or the block, I should say. Like it was just a weird, awkward play. Yeah.
It looked like Thibodeaux didn't want to get hit, and that kind of stopped the trajectory of Moss, and he backs off for a second, and then he's like, I got to follow through this block, and then he just dives.
Yeah, he just dive. Yeah, 100%.
So,
dude, I saw him. So I was on the sideline during camp, and you just see one guy towering over the rest of him. And I turned to Tyler, and I was like, holy crap, he's 6'9". The guy is like Josh Neiman is big, but this guy like towers over linemen. Yeah, it was honestly something to behold. Like he was a massive human being. So, yeah. Oh yeah, no, Reggie White just threw people. That was fun. That was definitely fun. But yeah, well, by the way, speaking of tackles and speaking of the Green Bay Packers, also David Bakhtiari off the PUP list. It's a big day. It's not like not out of the woods yet. We're not out of the woods, because there's so much that happened with the injury too. Like it isn't even the ACL anymore. Like the ACL is fine. The issue was like there were so many complications. They were draining so much liquid from his knee last year because it just kept on filling with liquid and the doctors didn't know why. He had to get cleanup surgery again this past off season. And so now we're hoping that like everything is okay. They put like that synthetic like cartilage in his knee. So they're hoping that maybe like it's going to work now, but coming off the PUP list it's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Yeah. We'll see how it responds when he takes one step on it.
Sure, he came back to like round of applause.
That's
Aaron
cool.
Rodgers threw dirty socks at him. He played QB.
Like if they have him and then who's the guy that filled in for him and then got hurt?
Elton Jenkins.
I can never remember his name. If you got both those guys, Packers line's going to be very good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Zach Tom crushing it. And I get pictures on a weekly basis of the jersey on the back, and they're like, Tom, they signed you every day. Like, it's just,
I'm sure.
Every day. I'm just like, yes. So very happy for Packers fans there.
Yeah, I like that Buccaneers fans are worried about their offensive line. I hope Tom Brady comes back and has a bad offensive line for the first time in his life. First time ever. Oh, it's funny. I pointed out that the one in a video that the one time Tom Brady didn't have a top 10 defense in the postseason, he lost the Super Bowl. People don't like that. They don't like facts. They do not like facts.
Don't like that.
Even though it's true, they're just like, F you, hater.
I don't even want to hear it. Isaiah Likely crushing it this preseason. Khalil Shakur who I wanted for the Packers because he just sat there. And I was like, he's going to be good, especially after talking to like Brett Coleman. I was like, he's going to be good. And then the Bills are like, oh yeah, we just got like an awesome wide receiver for basically nothing in the draft. That's fun. Because they needed more weapons.
What was Isaiah Likely right now in the preseason for the Ravens at tight end? Perfect. 12 targets, 12 receptions.
Yep.
144 yards, 1 TD. And they already have Mark Andrews on the roster, right? And what's interesting about this is Lamar Jackson's favorite target is Mark Andrews. Like he likes the tight end target. So you throw another good tight end there. I mean, that might do a lot for the Ravens offense in the passing game because I think that's kind of where Lamar Jackson's looking when he's throwing.
Yeah.
Also, I saw like Jackson, the Ravens offered him more money than Kyler Murray, but he wants his entire contract guaranteed, which, he deserves considering the other guy in the same division that got a fully guaranteed contract is Deshaun Watson. But yeah, Isaiah Likely, a guy that we talked about, Kevontae Turpin, 2 touchdowns returned for the Cowboys, same game, was the USFL MVP. Oh, yeah, I had that up too. Damn it.
I got you, fam.
I forgot to connect it. Thank you, Tom.
I got you.
Kenny Pickett looking pretty sharp for the Steelers. George Pickens, first preseason game, looked really good. Pretty quiet this last week.
Let's talk about no. That's not something you skip over, Brandon Perna. No.
What?
No. Because
Pickett.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but there was so much going on with Packers Twitter that first week that Pickens just went off.
Oh.
And then people were just like, I can't believe the Packers didn't draft George Pitt, and just went off and was like, I can't believe that wasn't it. And we haven't even seen Christian Watson on the field because he played in OTAs and then he got some cleanup surgery. And then he just suited up now, he's doing practice. He's playing in practice now. But then he got shut down and did barely anything this second week. So again, folks, I just want to do a very strong reminder. the preseason means absolutely nothing. It's evaluating talent. And even then, it is very, very, very strained. And it's not an indicator at all. You know how I know? Jamar Chase. That guy was dropping everything. And now look, he's pretty darn good for the first season. So
that's a great example.
Like, he was dropping everything. Example. People were calling him busts. Like, oh, yeah. Honestly, Ravens should just run 3 tight ends and just call it a day.
Boom. That's guys that can block and catch. Woo!
Like, I think Pickens can be good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think and I thought the Packers may have gotten him. I know, like, there was, like, the off the field stuff and, like, character things. And I know the Packers usually don't draft that way. And I think Mike Tomlin does a very good job of managing, like, that kind of stuff. Because look at what he did with Antonio Brown and how much he imploded after he left Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. So I think he'll be good. But again, I think we should also pump the brakes for
that's fair.
Yeah. But I also do love preseason stats because you just like look at these and like they're not overly. But Skylar Thompson doing well, like that was just mentioned in the comments. But you just look at this like tied for second at 88 yards, and you're just like, okay, like they're not great stats for anybody.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting? Go DJ Dallas. I think that's interesting if you're playing some fantasy football because Kenneth Walker, that's who Seattle drafts at running back. And you thought Walker and Penny are going to kind of be the guys who get a majority of the carries there. But Kenneth Walker now has an injury. I think it was a sports hernia. Could miss a little time.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a flyer guy, DJ Dallas, that might be someone you look to.
This is very true. 2008 Lions undefeated in the preseason. And then, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the season happened. But yeah, I'm really liking, unfortunately, what Shakur is doing because I'm like, yeah, he's going to do really you have Gabe Davis. You obviously have Stephon Diggs out there. You have Dawson Knox, who's the red zone threat. Like the Bills offense, I think got better this offseason.
And they got Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah. They got Cook.
Jamison Crowder. And then Khalil Shakir, who they're using Shakir in return duties. And I saw him a little bit against the Broncos. And I think he's going to be dynamic there. Like if your team is good as Buffalo and all of a sudden you're getting huge returns in the special teams game, it just makes you so hard to beat. And like Isaiah McKenzie can return as well. So like Buffalo, not only are they good, but I think their depth is great.
Also, again, because you can't judge anything in the preseason, but Romeo Doubs is a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
They should honestly just put him in the Hall of Fame right now. Already has 2 touchdowns. Like just put him in. Just don't even like it's just simming like his entire career in Madden. Like he's just a Hall of Famer. Again, you can't tell anything from the preseason, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So. Well, I guess like if you're looking for the storyline, right? Like Aaron Rodgers criticizes Packers receivers, and then guess who steps up after the criticism? Doubs. Like
Doubs.
I'm never gonna call him Dobbs.
Dude, I mess up his name all the time because I was like, oh, it's because everyone when he was coming out of college was like, oh, it's Doubs, and I was like, that's perfect. And then they're like, no, it's Dobbs, and I was like, I want to call him Doubs. So.
Yeah,
it's just like Robert Tonyan, right? Everyone's calling him Tunyon. Yeah,
it is Tonyan.
No, it's Tunyon instead of Tonyan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was just like, I just didn't correct you for years because I was like.
Fair enough.
It's great.
He could have a bounce back season.
I mean, yes, I hope that's the case. It's really nice seeing him out there. Like you see him on the sidelines and stuff like that. So that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah. So Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
He's been incredibly efficient. Came in after Trubisky. I think Trubisky played pretty well. But like I think Kenny Pickett right now, because they just played the Jags, so that's why I'm doing this comparison, looks better than Trevor Lawrence. Hot take. But Trevor Lawrence also looking a little bit better. So
he does
look
like better.
To see that as a Jags fan.
Yep.
Pickett and Trubisky, it's interesting Like, that's already the most interesting QB like decision to make. But I think if they're both playing well, that's nice. You let Trubisky run with it. But Pickett looks like he's ready to go. So Steelers fans should be moderately excited. For the Chiefs, George Karlaftis is playing pretty well on the edge. And
Hutch is looking good for the Lions, so I feel your pain.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson looks good. We're getting a long look at the Lions with Hard Knocks, which is nice. But I don't like that George Karlaftis looks like possibly the steal in the first round of the draft. And then their second-year linebacker, Nick Bolton, who played pretty well last year, also looking nice.
I remember him coming out of college. Yep.
Don't like that.
Don't like that. I'm telling you, the Chiefs are still going to win the division.
I mean, if their defense is that's scary.
You know it, right? Like, we're all talking about like these other like how good the West got, and the Chiefs are like, yeah, it's cute. As long as like they don't sputter like they did in the beginning.
Their pass rush has been pretty inconsistent. In the regular season. It's like Frank Clark only shows up for the playoffs, and then that's like an area where like, okay, well, their pass rush isn't great. Well,
I mean, like Perna, that nickname is amazing.
Furious George.
It's like Curious George, which is a monkey. There's a guy, and he's a guy. He's got like a yellow hat and everything, and it's a series of children's books. But here, because his name is George, they're calling him Furious George because he gets after the quarterback like angrily. That's what I think what they mean.
I'm gonna call him George Costanza when he doesn't live up to expectations.
Oof. Okay.
Furious George, that's a solid nickname.
It is a good. You can't even hate it. Like that's.
I should make a Furious George some shirts and just make money off Chiefs fans. That's the only way I can do it. It was like the Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl. I had goat and baby goat shirts, and I was like, this is the only way I can feel good about this game.
You're just like, I'm just gonna peddle some merch and hopefully make some money off of Chiefs and Buccaneers fans.
Yep.
And just be like, aha, you know what this is going towards? More videos hating on the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
And honestly, Chiefs fans showed up. They made Bucks fans look non-existent because they kind of are. So shout out to Chiefs fans, all the good ones. The bad ones, why I oughta.
We're probably going to get demonetized for this, but the Bills chose their punter.
Matt.
Yep. Can't Perna.
All right. Why demonetized?
No, because the one time I talked about the kick. Yeah. The God, YouTube was like, you just said the C word. And I said, no, I was talking about when the punter does his job. And they were like, no. No. Yes.
Yeah, Matt Ariza.
It's happening.
Wins the starting job for the Bills. Had that 80-yard punt, and they're like, that's enough. That happened the first game, but I don't even think he got to punt against the Broncos. Like, that's how not good the Broncos.
The Broncos. So you're worried about the little depth going on in your secondary. I mean, I'm kind of worried about that a little bit too, even though Micah Abernathy is going to be the second coming of Micah Hyde, because that's just the way it be. It was so funny too, because Abernathy got signed, and during camp, like against the Saints, because I didn't really know who he was because he just got signed. He was kind of like relatively unknown. He hit one of the Saints players so hard, it stopped camp for a second because you just heard like the pop. And I was like, who's that? And then he made a sideline interception against the Saints in the game. And it's like, yes, all the yes.
Nice.
So, just because his name is Micah, he is now the new Micah Hyde. We don't miss you at all, Micah Hyde. Not at all. Not at all. We're over it. We're over it. It's fine. It's fine.
Why is...
Oh, yeah, you're worried about your secondary a little bit? A little depth?
Yeah, hold on. Why is Abernathy... What show was Abernathy?
Westworld.
Yeah, there it is.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Thank you. Yeah, so, corner kind of already like a depth concern. And the guy we're kind of hoping steps up is Michael O.J. Mudia. He was not playing well, and then he hurt his elbow. I think he's out like probably around 6 weeks. So like after Pat Surtain, we're just wondering. We got Ron Darby and K'Wan Williams. Should be solid, but like, through the course of the season, you got to have guys that step up when either those guys get hurt or they're resting. And given they were going against some Gabe Davis, some Stephon Diggs, but it was not fun to watch. Even like knowing everything that preseason doesn't matter. It's like, oh, this don't like it. Just like George Karlaftis, don't like it.
Well, you don't know. I mean, that's the thing too. Like you have PS2 back there, who obviously is significantly worse than Eric Stokes. So like that probably doesn't feel too good.
Oh, watch your tone, young man.
You watch your mouth when you're talking to me. You shit.
PS2 is the truth.
You shit. He was. PS2 was really good. I can't even pretend. And that is a great. If you don't have PS2 merch, Perna, and you're not getting sued by Sony, then what are we doing here?
I don't know. I got so much.
Like you're just gonna have like a silhouette of Patrick Surtain and a controller like coming out of him. You could decide where the wire is connected to. That's on your time. I'm just saying, it's there.
I'd get it wrong. It'd be like Xbox, Pat Xbox. This is Pat Xbox.
You're like it's right there. It's just PS2, and you're just like Dreamcast.
Another thing Bills fans might get a little excited about, James Cook, running back.
Yep.
I think, man, they just seem like they're a complete team.
Dude.
Any weaknesses they had, it feels like the Bills got better. So be crazy when we beat them in the championship game and break their hearts.
So you're just gonna be like, I'm sorry, Von Miller, I love you, and then super kick him in the face?
Yeah, basically. If the Bills don't win the Super Bowl this year, they never will.
Oh, buddy. I can't believe you just put that on the Bills. Oh.
It's their season to do it. Bills Chiefs championship game. Bills win 86-3.
Buddy.
I know.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
I did that for Bills fans because I feel like they needed that. I feel like they needed it.
Hey.
I saw that. Yeah, the Saints guy, he punted 81 yards and got drug tested afterwards. Because listen, can't have that kind of leg.
Punter. Like you should. Kicker should not be drug tested.
Honestly, just take like all the steroids just because why not? Like, let's just see how, like Justin Tucker too. I think like shouldn't, like I want to see an 85-yard field goal. And they're just like walking out, just like juiced up. And they're just like, listen, I'm on my 1 yard line. I'm about to hit like 109-yard field goal.
Yeah. Like kickers and punters should be allowed to do drugs, whatever they're choosing.
Whatever they want.
It's all right. This is a compliment to the Bills. I'm saying their team is so ready to win a Super Bowl this year that anything else will be a disappointment.
You cursed teams. You cursed the Panthers so badly, right? Matt Corral, right? He's gone. God for the season. The curse is you cursed them so badly by putting number one that franchise never going to recover. They're going to sign Matt Rule to a 5-year extension because of you. So when you tell the Bills fans, when you tell them that if they don't win a Super Bowl this year, they're never going to win one, that's not like a comment. That's a prophecy. So I'm just saying, Perna, I'm just saying. And no, I think Mitch is going to start first, and then they're going to see how he does, and then eventually Pickett's going to take over.
That's probably how it's going to play out. Unless Mitch just looks too good. It was a compliment. Man.
Honestly,
my words get used against me.
Just saying. But yeah, don't spin the wheel. Yeah, Perna, you bring the wheel back this year?
I don't know.
You just want to break some hearts again?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see, because I don't know how I'm going to do my power rankings yet.
All I know, Packers-Bills Super Bowl is going to be great.
Ooh. You don't want that, Tom.
Oh, I do.
You don't want to
listen.
be embarrassed.
Oh,
You don't
buddy.
want to be embarrassed.
It's gonna be so sad when the Broncos don't even make the playoffs, bud. It's gonna be a rough.
You're gonna be sad when the Broncos have a first round bye in the playoffs.
Dude, they're gonna have a first round bye, a second round bye, a third round bye, a Super Bowl bye. But hey, maybe Patrick Surtain will be in the Pro Bowl, so that'd be nice. Honestly, I kind of like that idea. Have Carmi do it. That way you have plausible deniability.
Ooh.
Like have Carmi just point at the different team logos for your power rankings. And it could even be like the Jaguars are number 1. And just be like, this is what Carmi picked. That's viral content right there. Done. And plus, if she curses a team, you're off the hook. And you'd be like, sorry, guys, it's my baby.
Yeah. She yesterday, because she repeats everything now. And I was filling up one of her water things, and they have these weird handles on it that don't stay on. And I spilled the water all over my counter. And I go, God damn it. And then she just off in the corner. She goes, damn it. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I was
Perna.
so proud. I was so proud of her.
So you're teaching her every day, Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride. Oh,
Let's
my
ride.
God. I say let's ride so much.
My great prediction for this season, the Lions are not, again, they're not going to finish in last place in the division. Yeah, that's reserved for the Chicago Bears. That is reserved for the Chicago Bears. Oh, yeah.
My great prediction is the Packers are one and done in the playoffs again. Greatest tradition in sports.
Hey, sometimes we're 2 and done. Maybe. It's not.
Will your special teams be better?
Yes, because I think Rich Bisaccia will kill them if they're not.
That's right. You got the Bisaccia.
We got who should be a head coach.
The Bisaccia.
The Bisaccia.
Yeah.
Bisaccia.
Would Bisaccia be the head coach of the Raiders if Tom Brady were there?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
Never know.
Yeah, it's gonna be spicy. Perna, what do you got coming out today, bud?
I got a news episode. As usual, talking about all the shit we talked about here. So if you watch today, don't come back.
That was a good sell, buddy. That was a great sell. It was a great read.
You, Tom?
I got a few. I got mine upstairs.
You did it.
I got it upstairs. I think
Beanie
my
Boys
head
will
is
be back. These are
too
not
big.
available yet, so don't even try.
I mean, I live in New York. I'd like to move to Wisconsin. Other sports though, I mean, maybe LA. I've never been to LA. I don't even know what it's like. Just seen it in the movie pictures. That's it. Bears, I think, have the worst record. I do. What I will say, yeah. So I have probably a short coming out that because I shot 195 clips while I was on the sideline for the game and also the front row. So I got some really, really cool footage. So that's gonna be in a short, and then there's gonna be a longer video that's gonna come out eventually. I want to do Packers fans' reaction to Jordan Love in 2022, and then tonight, Madden 23 is downloading as we speak. So Madden Monday is gonna be new and improved, and we're gonna see if this game's garbage. So,
wow. Do you play on the new Xbox?
PS5.
PS5. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's I had to pay $70. So no, Sammy, I don't. Unfortunately, no. He's gonna be fine. He's
gonna suck this year.
Yeah. So we'll see. But folks, we appreciate you. Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, I think we could be back Wednesday.
Because then the top 100 are going to be out. So
yeah, we can talk about the top 100 Wednesday. Then maybe take Friday off, and then we're getting close to back
3 times a week, baby. Listen. Football is right around the corner. We're less than 3 weeks away from Red Zone being back on our channels, and I'm so excited for that. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You have no idea. It's going to be beautiful.
What's all this Kip?
Oh, he gave away some memberships on my
channel. Nice. Good job, Kip.
Appreciate you, Kip. Appreciate you,
Kip. Kip also means sleep in Irish.
Oh.
Get some Kip. Go get some Kip.
Oh.
I've listened to a lot of Irish novelists, and I'm like, what the hell is Kip?
I like that. You just show them bikini, and then I just do it in a parka. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm protecting our viewers' eyes because, like, no one. You imagine me in a bikini, like you see the color of this wall. That would just be the whole frame. Like it would just be blinding.
I don't want to get my channel banned.
All right, fine.
I don't think YouTube will approve of me.
Wait a minute, are you still dressing up as a Frenchman for Thursday?
Yeah, that stuff came like an hour after we finished last week or the week before. Yeah.
By the way,
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, this Thursday, unless something changes something, it's Clickbait D&D, which we have done a great job of promoting.
Oh yeah,
we gotta do that. We got to do that. Oh my God, you just dressed as a Frenchman for that entire thing because that's gonna be like 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I might have to put that off a week.
Or you just like eat it in a baguette, an entire Oh, you can eat a baguette. Oh no.
I haven't started yet. I'm about to, but I'm not eating a baguette.
Just like one baguette an hour.
Is it gluten-free baguette?
Yeah, you could be whatever kind of baguette you want.
That'd be even worse. It's all dry and crumbly.
Never.
All right.
Well, folks, we did it. We made it. Appreciate you. We hope you have a fantastic day. We'll be back probably on Wednesday. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you've been navigated.
And Baker Mayfield is the starter. You've reached the destination.